Um, this right here is just going to be so short and so brief. Excuse me for sniffling. The pollen is so thick in Georgia. Oh my God, it's so thick. But this video right here is going to touch on something that I watch certain people and I listen to what people say pertaining to the Real Housewives shows. Now, granted, if the ladies are friends, the dynamic works. It fits because those are genuine friendships. But I listen to people speak on The Real Housewives of Potomac, which is one of my favorite shows. I look at it as what it is. Granted, it is a reality show, but my perspective is different. My take is this. I look at the show as, because number one, it's a job. Let's get that very clear. It's a job, and with employment, all of the your coworkers and yourself, you all might not get along. You just might not get along because it's work. Those are not your friends. It is work. The show is not titled Real Friends of. The shows are titled Housewives. I mean, I can look at it and say, shoot, she's not a housewife. She's not a housewife. She shouldn't be on here. And I'm going to throw the other show in there as well. Okay, Married to Medicine. If you're not married, then what are you married to? But yet, some still remain on shows, whether they're still married or not, they're still on there. So that right there lets you know that I look at the shows as it just comes with a twist. We might not, or you might not like the twist to the show and the angles of the show, but I look at it as what it is, work. Yes, it would be easier if they all got along because then it would just flow naturally because they have vested friendships, relationships. But I just look at it as, to me, that's just how I watch the show. I watch the show with an open mind. I can watch the show and single-handedly pick apart certain women for who they are. I'll just start off by saying, okay, Karen. I've never really liked Karen because I can see through Karen's BS. Karen is one of the type of people who are nice nasty. I can, and she's to me, this is my opinion. I don't care who is a fan favorite of, but these are my opinions and my views and my channel. If you don't like it, then you can exit to the right, to the left. It doesn't matter. But I'm going to state my opinion. I look at Karen as a nice, nasty person with underlying jealousy. She's accomplishing things now, but she was not an accomplished woman. She was a kept woman. Let's keep it real. Karen was a kept woman. Karen didn't work. Mia. She suffers from childhood trauma. She doesn't know who she is. So I look at her as delusional. She needs therapy. Just a liar. She just lies for no reason. If she said right now, oh my God, I wouldn't believe it. Robin is the same as Karen. Nice, nasty. You want to portray yourself. Your undertones are nasty and vile. Follower type. Ashley. She's just lost. She has daddy issues. And I'm not being funny, but Ashley has daddy issues, identity issues. And this comes from her childhood. So Ashley's problems come from her mother, her childhood, her upbringing. So she felt as if the struggles that she went through in childhood, which is why she married who she married. She married a man that would mirror the image of a dad that provides. No love in that. That looked like a transactional type of marriage. No judgment, but these are my opinions. Wendy is very accomplished. Very accomplished. The only thing that irritated me with her was how much, when she first came onto the show, how much she kept reiterating her 4 degrees. And that's nothing to shy from, because that's a hell of an accomplishment. So when Karen said it's nothing to be impressed about Wendy, girl, bye. You tried. Wendy is one of the most accomplished women's. Look at me talking about women's. Women is already plural. What? But like I was saying, Wendy is one of the most accomplished women's throughout the Housewives franchises. Period. 4 degrees. Say what you want, and she's beautiful. Candace, accomplished. Candace, I love her. Love her. But it's easy to see that Candace has problems stemming from how her mother treated her. You know how people hold the purse strings so they feel as if they can kind of talk to you any kind of way because they know that it's something they have that you need. But Candace is accomplished in her own right as well. Anybody with sense can tell how they are on that show. You can tell. It's right there. I'm a fair-skinned woman. I've dealt with it on the opposite end, but you can't talk about it. I've dealt with it growing up and in the workplace. And people will say, no, because you're lighter, so you never experienced. Yes, I have. Oh, yes, I have. Yes, I have. I'm not going to act like it does not exist. It exists on both ends within the black race. People aren't going to speak on that side of it because it's not politically correct. But what nobody can do is take away my experiences that I experienced from, within the black race. There are things that are said to you that I'm not going to say. But I'm not the only fair-skinned woman that has experienced certain things. It is what it is. The black race needs to get out of the Willie Lynch mindset and the Jim Crow days. Because that's the problem. It's the problem of, it's a slave mentality that hasn't been broken. And until it is addressed and handled and dealt with within the black race, it's going to always be a problem. It's that thing that people like to sweep under the rug. Because when I was a child, I would hear people say, and not within my family, but I would hear people say, oh, she's cute for a dark-skinned girl. And I used to wonder, why do they say that? Why not just say she's cute? It starts, like people say, with discipline and things, it starts at home. Home is a community. Home is your family. Not necessarily inside your home. But black people, as a race, we need to do better. You can't expect others to respect what you don't respect. Now, people can do things unconsciously, but consciously. Meaning, you know what you're doing is wrong, but yet you don't understand the depths of what you're doing and how to stop it. And some may say, oh, you can stop this and you don't have to. It's easier said than done if that's something you've been doing all your life because you're just accustomed to it. Now, the Real Housewives of Potomac, do better. Do better, because what it's looking like to me is love and basketball. How they did OG. That's what it's giving me. That's what the Real Housewives of Potomac is giving me. It's giving me images, mere images of love and basketball and other shows. And all I'm saying is, I don't look at the show as, you know, I'm not going to say that certain people should be removed from the show. What I would say is they need to introduce two other housewives on the show so that they can shake the show up. No, don't get rid of them. Shake the show up. That's what I would love to see. Don't get rid of Giselle, Robin, Karen, or Mia. Get somebody on there that can stand up and hold their own and don't fold. Get somebody on the show who's not gonna shed crocodile tears and say, oh, because somebody gives you a weak ass apology that they don't mean, and then you fold like a baby and say, I forgive you, and da 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 da. No. If you say what you say, then stand on it. 10 toes down. Stand on what you say. Stand on when somebody treats you wrong. Stand on how you feel. Don't fold. You do not owe them an apology, Wendy or Candace. Stand on it and own it. Stop giving these ladies passes. That's why they do what they do. Giselle isn't crazy. What does she give? Nothing. But everything is centered around her because they allow it. It's like high school, the Mean Girls Club. Get somebody on there to shake that shit up. And pardon my French, but shake the show up. Change the narrative without removing the people. Give me your thoughts and comments and like the video.